Hello and welcome live here on CROW LAX TV. My name is Aiden Bolsgard, and we're getting set for this Friday evening matchup between the visiting Rockyview Knights and the home side Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. Both teams just continuing their talks here before the opening face-off. 20 minutes of fresh time here in the first period. Referees made their way out there now. Again, my name's Aiden Bolsgard. Eric Krause is on the camera for you tonight, and his lovely wife running your score bug on the stream. And we're getting set here now. Opening draw. Spatafor in to take it here for the Rebels. Ball pulled out of the draw here by Rockyview, and the Knights are going to have the first possession here of this Friday evening contest. Down into the offensive zone. Bodie Shields, he has it, passes that one off now, coming up to the point. Rockyview starting to move around the ball here. 19:35 to go in the first. Fed into the point there, and that shot just wide there from Nolan Oakley. Ball finds its way all the way down the floor. And play going to be blown dead over and back here against Rockyview. Rebels ball here in the Rockyview zone. Up at the point now. Wheaton, he's got it. Try to feed that one across. Ball comes out loose. Going to get picked up by George, and he'll feed that one back up to the point now. Rebels continue to move this ball around. That one hit the netting. Referee's not going to blow this play dead, so the Rebels going to continue with possession here. 10 seconds to go on their shot clock as a battle in the corner ensues here. Lots of rough stuff going on here. Ryan Strom for Rockyview threw a cross check up into the face of Eric George. Looks like it's going to be Rebels ball here again with a fresh 30. This one fed out to the point, and that ball not able to be grabbed, so it's going to be over and back charged against the Rebels. 18:51 to go now in the first period. Ball down in the right corner in Rebels territory. Play blown dead here once again. Now looking like we're going to get set, and we are, as Rockyview now going to move this one out of the corner. Up to the point. Marcus Fouliard. He fed that one over to left. Ball fed right into the center there, and that one stopped up there by the Rebels goaltender, and it's going to be fed right up the center of the floor. And a fast break here for the Rebels, and going to pull back on that opportunity is McCallion. He'll pass that one off now for Fouliard. Fouliard up to the point to Spatafora. Spatafora going to feed that one to the left. Here comes the captain, Barrett. Barrett going to let the low shot go there, and that one stopped up nicely by Tyler Lowe. And another stretch pass here is now the Knights try to get the fast break rolling on the Rebels and spinning around here. Going to feed that one back out to the point for the captain, Trimmer. Trimmer fed that one cross floor. Comes out loose, almost into the Rebels bench there, but saved nicely by Kevin Dosty. Dosty fed that one over to left. 18 minutes to go now in the first. Ball comes out loose, picked up by the Knights. 3 seconds to go in their shot clock, and now the Rebels have been able to pick it up and got the reset. Rebels bring this one across half. Fed off now to Eric George. George feeds that into the corner. Ang fed that ball off as the Rebels continue to move this one around. Ang gets it back right to the center there, and that shot just over top of the net of Tyler Lowe. Ball comes out loose, and here come the Knights back the other way. Nice little stutter step. That one allows Staggerman to get by into the Rebels zone. Staggerman still with it now. He's going to spin off and feed that one back up to the point for Simon L. Simon Nell, this one over to the left, 17-17 to go now in the first. This fed over to the right as the Knights continue to wheel around this ball back up to the point now. Some good movement here on this offensive zone possession and knocked to the ground there. Ball did not come loose though. The Knights still have it and knocked down once again, and going to be Knights ball still here with 17:01 to go in the first, and they'll get the fresh 30 on the shot clock following that whistle as well. This ball gets fed up to the point nicely for Johnston. Johnston fed that one towards the net, and a nice left pad save there. And the Rebels trying to push it back with some speed, and indeed it's going to be the case. And all alone now, and just avoiding the crease there was Takahara, who still's got the ball now. And it's going to feed that one up to the point. The big shot from the point misses the net from Eric George, and that ball is going to find its way all the way down the floor once again. Another over and back call made here by the referees. A few of those in the early minutes of this first period, and it's going to be Knights ball down in Rebels territory. 16:35 to go now in the first. Fed right out into the middle there, and over top of the net, comes out loose, secured by the Rebels as they'll push it across half here once again. Matt Murphy feeds that one in along the right, up to the point now. Rebels trying to get in on the fast break once again as Barrett's going to pull that one away. Chooses to feed that up to the point now for the captain, Greg Barrett. He gets it to Eric George. George working at that left shooter position. Feeds that back up to the point now. Is trying to cut inside of the Rebels. And this shot on net comes low there and stopped up nicely by Tyler Lowe. Another chance for them now. And waved off by the ref. Net's getting pushed all over the place. But the Rebels have secured the ball once again. Fresh 30. They're going to slow this up now. Fouliard tried to feed that up to the point to Barrett, but this one's going to find its way across half, trying to turn it back with some speed. There was Tyson Wells. Couldn't get to it quick enough, so just going to allow the ball to roll along, and the Knights will pick it up with a fresh 30 here in the Rebels zone. 15:52 to go now in the first. Your score remains 0-0 between these two sides. Ball comes down to the corner now, picked up nicely by Wallace McCrae. McCrae still with the ball now, trying to work his way towards the point. Lets the behind-the-back pass go there, and my apologies, actually. That was James Johnson who ended up picking the ball in the corner, but now the Rebels with possession, trying to move this ball across half. With it now is Joe Fowler. Fowler makes his way across half, but they're going to make the 8-second call on him, not across that half line fast enough, and Knights with possession once again, back-to-back possessions here. It's 15:20 to go in the first now. Moving it around the ball, Nolan Oakley, he has it, throws that one up to the point for the captain, Trimmer. Trimmer fed that back to Oakley now, fed over to the right for Wallace McCrae, who returned it quickly back to the left. Good ball movement here, and that's the shot on net, and they score. The Knights have opened up the scoring, and it's 1-0 with 15:07 to go in this first period. It looked to be Carson Trimble who put that shot away there for the Knights. It's a good time to let you know to be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Tickets are on sale now until July 1st. It's our Canada Day 50/50 raffle, so you'll be able to purchase tickets for that one all the way until then. So you can scan the QR code on your screen now or go to @CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X to also find a link there to purchase some 50/50 tickets for this, what will be hopefully our biggest draw of the season. Rockyview. They pull this one back across half, putting the pressure right back on the Rebels. A nice rolled ball across the floor there, gains some space there. Nolan Oakley, he's got now, passes that one off to the right. As here come the attacking Knights once again. McCrae let that shot go and it went wide, recovered by Rockyview here once again and fed down to the corner. They're continuing to move this ball around. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Cut towards the center here, in all alone. That's a diving chance there and a big save as this ball comes out loose now. Rebels trying to recover it in their own zone. Comes out loose here once again, stolen away by Rockyview. Now trying the behind-the-back opportunity, and that one seemed to have caught a piece of the Rebels goaltender. Comes out loose, and now it's the Rebels who have it as they push across half here once again. Looks to be Ethan Peterson with the ball now for the Rebels. He'll pass that one up to the point there for Barrett. Barrett's going to go down to the left now. Rebels continue to move this one around. Comes back to the left shooter position. Trying to take the little dodge inside was Eric George. Couldn't quite make that one happen. Came back to the point there for Peterson. He's going to recover the ball once again. Lost it out of his cradle. Only 5 seconds to work with on this shot clock now for the Rebels, and it's going to be Rockyview who recovers it. And here come the Knights back across half, looking to attack the Rebels once again. 13:40 to go now in this first period. 1-0 is the lead in favor of the Knights. As playing around with this one is the captain, Trimmer. He's going to pass this off now for Dosty. Dosty into the center there, and they're saying they score. The Knights have made it 2-0 over the Rebels. 13:27 to go here in this first period. That shot looked to get let go by the captain, Bryce Trimmer. A good time to let you know to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. It's Rockyview with the ball here once again as they're going to bring it in across half. Another diving attempt on net there. That one going to be the crease violation called on Luke Trimble there. So Rebels ball in their own zone. Coming off the bench here to pick that one up is Eric George. George going to bring this one down to the left, spin off his defender, throw that one up to the point now as the Rebels getting set here. Still 18 seconds to work with on the shot clock as this ball now fed over to the right side. Sam Dock, he's got it. Dock looking for his passing option. He finds Barrett. Barrett trying to cut towards the net. Let that shot go there, and it looked to have caught a piece of Tyler Lowe there. Comes out to the corner now, and here comes Rockyview trying to spring the floor, and that pass just not able to be picked up by Jacob Berg. It's going to be Rebels ball now. Trying to avoid the 8-second violation. They're going to have to move across half here once again, and they're calling a too many men penalty on the Rebels. It looks to be 12:36 to go in the first, already trailing by 2, and the Rebels going to be shorthanded here when we resume again. So this penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Ball starts at the point there with Nolan Oakley. He'll throw it to the right, get the return feed now, and let the ball be felt over on the left. Continuing to pass it around here is Rockyview. Back up to the point for Oakley. He's going to feed it over to the right. Minute 48 to go here in this power play for Rockyview. 17 seconds to go on the shot clock. A big shot from that left shooter position. That looked to head out of play, and they're going to say that last went off a Rockyview night, so it's going to be Rebels ball in their own zone here when the ball comes out of the bench. Picking that one up after coming off the pine is Matt Spatafora. He brings to the cross half, and the penalty kill going to ensue here for the Rebels is trying to rag this ball all the way around the zone is Spatafora. Did a full circle before passing that one off. A minute 27 to go in the penalty kill here for the Rebels. 12 minutes exactly to go in the first. It's still Fort Saskatchewan that trails this game 2-0 to Rockyview. This ball is going to come out loose, but nicely recovered there by Darren Barrett, and he'll pass that one off now as the shot clock continues to wind down. And indeed it will. So it's Rockyview Knights ball as they're going to go for a change here and start to push this one across half here once again on the power play. James Johnston, he brought it across, bounced that pass off, and staying grouped together is Rockyview trying to confuse the Rebels defense on where that ball is. 11.5 to go in the period now, 55 seconds in the power plays. Big shot from the point, and they score. The power play goal goes to James Johnston for the Rockyview Knights, and they lead this game now 3-0 over the Rebels. At Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard. Led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors, they are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Off the draw, it's going to be Rockyview who's able to pick up this ball. 11:20 to go in the first following their power play goal there from James Johnston. Continuing to try to put the pressure on here as Johnston tried to make his way towards the net again there, and a short side shot let go by Matthew McKeon. He's getting into it a little bit here with Garen Nolsky. Nolsky was taking none of that. Now it's going to be Rebels ball as pushing it up along the right side. Josh McCallion. McCallion, he's going to pass that one off now for Folliard. Folliard holding up here. Looking for his options. My apologies. That's Ethan Peterson with the ball. There's a big shot coming from the point. A nice right elbow save by Tyler Lowe. Turned over, and here comes Rockyview back the other way, trying to spring the breakaway, and they're in all alone. Here they come, and that shot, and a nice shoulder save there by the Rebels goaltender. Looking for the reset is the referee. He got it now. Still Rockyview ball following that save there. 10.5 to go now in the first. Down to the corner. Fed out in front there, and that ball missed the net. Picked up nicely there by Jordan Wheaton, and here come the Rebels back the other way once again. Joe Fowler, he's got it. Feeds that one up for Spatafora. Spatafora going to wait for the rest of the offense to get on the floor, able to feed that one off now as the Rebels offense trying to make something happen here. Peterson, he's got it now above that rag line. Pass that one off for Spatafora. That shot towards the net, and another save by Tyler Lowe. Rockyview looking to break this one out once again. They feed it ahead. They have it in along the left side of the floor. Here comes Bodie Shields. Shields just going to feed that one up there for James Johnston. Johnston going to pretend to let the pass go there. It's a hidden ball trick. He's got the defense confused. Now going to be able to pass that one off. Probably should have taken a charge at the net there, but I don't think realized how well that hidden ball trick worked that time. That's the best one I've seen so far this season. 9:33 to go now in the first. Another big shot from the point and another save there. 3-0 remains your score on another diving save is with the ball now is James Johnston. He's going to pass that one over to the left. 20 seconds to go on this shot clock. Here's Johnston. He's got it once again, looking for a lane. Johnston from the point, going to feed that one behind the back, and not able to pick up that pass there was Kevin Dosty. Rebels recover now. Look to head out once again. Fed up the right, and that a bit of a dangerous pass there, and a funky bounce is just avoiding the over and back call. Looked to be the Rebels as that ball had some spin on it. Nonetheless, you got to get those lucky breaks, especially when you're down 3-0 to trying to get back in this contest. Barrett, he's got it now. Pass that one off. Shot towards the net, and another save by Tyler Lowe. Rebels been able to recover here in the Rockyview zone. Another shot towards the net, and that one missed. No reset upcoming. Nonetheless, Rockyview able to pick up and head across half here. Once again, coming off the bench is Wallace McRae. Tried to take a stab towards the net, but decided to turn this one back and wait for the rest of his offense to get out on the floor. Johnston feeds that over to the left now. 8:23 to go in the first. Fed towards center. Behind the back shot there, and that one went just wide. Comes out loose. Recovered in their own crease by the Rebels, and now going to be able to make their way out. Here comes Joe Fowler. Fowler barely holding onto the ball, but able to do it enough to get it up to Spatafora, who feeds that one right out in front. The Rebels in, they score. That's about as close as you can get to dancing the crease without taking the call there. Nonetheless, the Rebels brought this game back within 2. 8:06 to go now in this first period. We're going to get set back at center here. Once again, Garen Nolsky going to step in to take this one here against Skylar Running Rabbit. Picked up by Nolsky. He'll bring it down into the offensive zone. Going to peel that one back up to the point as the Rebels will get set up. Matt Murphy's got it now. He'll pass that one off nicely for the captain, Barrett. Barrett going to bring this out to the right side. Going to fake the shot there and wheel this one all the way behind the net and come out along the left. Barrett still with it now. Fakes the pass. Still with it, Barrett. He's had it this whole possession, basically. Tried to feed that one to the center there for Eric George, but came out loose. Picked up by Tyler Lowe, the goaltender for the Knights, as now they break out across half. Once again, ready to put the pressure back on the Rebels. Looks like we have a penalty upcoming here to the Rebels, so going 6-on-5 for the next 12 seconds at least are the Knights. Johnston going to pass that one down to the right as the ball movement continues here. Comes out loose, picked up by the Knights once again. Fed across, Johnston, he's got it. Big shot from the point. That one blocked up, and that's going to do it for the shot clock. Play going to get blown dead here, and it looks like 2 minutes for a cross check getting assessed to the Rebels. Headed to the box for them looks to be Darren Barrett with 7:08 to go in the first. So this Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Play blown in here, bringing that one in from the point was Nolan Oakley, as Rockyview continuing to pass this ball around here. Johnston goes down to the corner, gets the return feed now, and feeds that one up to the point, and passing it off was Oakley. Johnston covers that ball as it's fed right into the center, taken away by the Rebels goaltender, and they're looking to break out here once again. A bit of a misplay there, got a bit of stick contact, and now a fast break here for Rockyview as they cut in almost all alone there, but great defense by Joe Fowler. Looked like he was beaten, but did just enough to interrupt that one, but all in alone there was Wallace McRae, but his shot got just wide as well. 15 seconds to go now on the shot clock. Minute 20 to go here in the Rockyview power play as they're still with possession here. Quick shot at the side of the net, and they're able to put that one home. Reestablishing the 3-goal lead are the Rockyview Knights. 4-1 is now your score. It looked to be Wallace McRae who put that one away for the Knights. Apologize, my ankles here at the Moyer Recreation Center don't do me too much justice all the time, but with 6:22 to go in the first, it's Rockyview that leads this game 4-1. We get set at center here once again. It's going to be Skylar Running Rabbit in to take this draw once again up against Matt Spatafora. Spatafora pulled this one out. CU ends up grabbing possession. A nice ball there, chopped by Running Rabbit. Still loose here in the Rebel zone as Peterson's chasing it down, tries to pick it up. He does have it now, got some contact from his own teammate, looking for an option. Peterson, a little bit of a swim dodge there, does find some room now as he's going to continue to hold on to it. Feeds that one over to the left. Rebels still working around the ball now. big shot there from the point, and another stop by Tyler Lowe, who continues to stand tall in this first period. 5:50 to go now in the initial frame as Rockyview back into Rebels territory. They have it deep along the left side. Going to feed that one back up to the point now for Carson Trimble. Trimble, he's able to find Johnston. Johnston looking for an option out on the floor as he doesn't really have a lane towards the net right now. Able to feed that back over to Trimble, who lets a big shot go there, and a nice save as the Rebels going to look to move this out once again. Coming across half, here comes Josh McCallion. He's going to choose to slow up as he's on his offside, wearing the one leg sleeve there. A little bit of fashion sense out on the floor for the Rebels. McCallion lost his handle on that ball. It comes out loose. Both teams trying to recover here in the Rockyview zone. Some incidental contact there. It's going to get picked up by the Rebels. A fast break towards the net, and that one just chucked up high and finds its way over to the captain, Greg Barrett, who let that shot go, and it was a nice save by Tyler Lowe. He had about every square inch of that net covered on that shot. Nothing to shoot at, and it showed there as now Rockyview has the ball here once again. 4:44 to go in the first period. Ball comes out loose, going to get recovered by the Rebels. They're breaking up the floor quickly. Matt Murphy, he's going to choose to slow down and wait for the offense to get out there. Toss that one off to Ethan Peterson. Peterson feeds that across nicely for Spadafora. Spadafora going to stop up here, look for an option on the floor. He does feed one over to the right now, and the ball finds its way back out to the left. Low shot there. And Ethan Ang gets stopped up by Tyler Lowe. Looks like it's going to be Rebels ball as that one went out of play off of Lowe. And a quick shot there to the corner, and they score. The Rebels show that they can also do that little quick stick action in tight towards the net and bring this game back within 2. Looked to be Jordan Whedon who put that one away for the Rebels. 4-2 now your official score with 4:17 to go in the first period. We're going to come in at center once again. It's going to be Running Rabbit up against Nolsky. Got to participate in a training camp for the junior crude one time with Garen Nolsky. Took a hit from him. Can't say I'd want to do that twice in my life. So we get going here once again. The Rebels going to pull that ball out of the draw. One of the couple times they've only been able to do that so far in this contest. 4 minutes to go now in the first as they bring it across half. Rebels trying to slow up with it here. Making some nice moves around the zone. There's Logan Noyen, who dives towards the net, and he scored, doing it all himself. Logan Noyen brings his team back within 1. The Rebels, I know it's the first period, but they're showing they're not out of this one yet. 3:51 to go in the first. 4-3 is your score. Spadafora in to take this draw here against Running Rabbit. Don't see this too often. The senior Rebels, they like to switch up their draw guys pretty often, it seems, from the couple games I've seen them play. Of course, it's just your same pool of guys, but as you see for the Knights, they have been sticking with Running Rabbit throughout this contest so far, as the Rebels going to get a little impromptu 2-on-1 as they come in all alone, and a big save there by Tyler Lowe to keep his team up by 1. 3:35 to go now in the first. As following that save, Rockyview going to go across half, a little bit on their heels here now. Been scored on twice in a row. Johnston with it, going to bring it down to the right corner. Now head up towards the point, pass that one off. Rockyview continuing to work with it here now as Trimmer. Pass that ball off. He's alone in the center, and they find him. Trimmer lets that shot go, and a big save. There's the Rebels going to look to break out here once again. A nice little rainbow pass. That's going to get the Rebels across half, and here comes Josh McCallion. He's going to slow up, pass that one down to the corner, right into the center. This one comes out loose, and a good IQ play by Tyler Lowe to step out of his crease and grab that ball out of danger, but still loose, and it looks like Rockyview not going to be able to get out of the zone. Eric George, he's got it now for Fort Saskatchewan, continues to hold on to it. 25 seconds to go in their shot clock as this one passed over now to Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton tried to throw that over to the right side. Ball does come loose. See who can recover it. Almost was the Rebels, but this one got tapped out, and they're saying it was tipped by Rockyview, so no over and back violation going to get called against the Rebels. Nonetheless, Rockyview able to pick up the ball. 2.5 to go now in the first as they try to get a little bit of insurance padding before the end of this period. Fed up to the point now. Finds its way to Kevin Dostey. Dostie feeds that to the corner. Johnston, he moved that over to the left side of the floor now. Gets the return feed. Johnston looking for an option. Finds his man at the left. Shooter position, and that one just goes wide. Picked up by Rockyview once again. And a quick shot there from the crease, but they're going to call the violation that time around, and that's going to give possession to the Rebels. 2:03 to go now in the first. Is tossed across half. Ethan Peterson's got it along the right side of the floor for the Rebels. Fed that one to the point, and it finds its way down to the corner now for Spatafor, who went back up to the point for Barrett. Barrett over to Peterson. Peterson gets that ball to Ang. Rebels continue to work this one around. It's a low shot there and a nice save by Tyler Lowe. And they're calling back in here on Rockyview, it looks like. So it's going to be the Rebels ball in the left corner of the Rockyview zone with a fresh 30. 1:40 to go now in this first period. Peterson, he's got it down in the corner, feeds that one up to the shooter. Rebels continue to move this ball around. It does come out loose now. We have a penalty upcoming. Looks like it's going to go on Rockyview. Cross-check looks to be the call. Headed to the box is Campbell Rose for the Knights. So we're going to be headed to our first Rebels power play as they trail by one in this contest. And this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Starting at the point with the ball is going to be the captain, Greg Barrett. Barrett, he feeds that one over to the right for Peterson, who drops that one down to the corner for Wheaton, gets a return feed, and back up to the point for Barrett. He's going to try out the left side of the floor now. Barrett gets it right back at the point. Cross crease feed there. Rebels, good ball movement here to start off this power play. Still 15 seconds to work with on this shot clock. Peterson, the point shot there, and a big save by Tyler Lowe. Rockyview's got the ball now. They're going to send that one up the floor, bringing it across half. And this one going to come all the way back up to the point once again. Jacob Berg passes that off there to Johnston. 51 seconds to go in the first, minute 23 in the Rebels power play. So if not able to score before the end of this first period, they will start the second a man up. 4 seconds to work with on this shot clock, and that one gets on net. Comes out loose, recovered by Rockyview, and that's exactly what you want to see on the penalty kills. This shot missed the net and out of play, so it's going to be Rebels ball here. Not getting that pass off was Fowler, but now able to do it after coming off the bench was Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton fed that one out to the right, recovered by McCallion. McCallion back to Wheaton. Wheaton fed that into the center. There, and a big stop by Tyler Lowe. Ball comes out loose. Battle for it here. Going to get picked up by Rockyview. Trying to spin around with it. Only 10 seconds to go in the period, and it gets fed ahead nicely for Running Rabbit. He's going to feed that to the center there, looking for a last shorthanded opportunity were the Knights, but recovered by the Rebels, and that's going to do it for your first period. So, following 20 minutes, 4-3 is your score in favor of the visiting Rockyview Knights. But before I let you go, I want to let you know that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Latondra, died by suicide age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made at edmonton.cmha.ca/talk-today-CLWF. You can also visit our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Thank you for listening to the first period here live on CROW LAX TV. My name's Aiden Bolsgaard. Eric Krause is on the camera, and his lovely wife is about to send you to commercial. Thank you. Hello and welcome back live here on CROW LAX TV. My name's Aiden Bolsgaard. Eric Kraus is on the camera and his wife running the scorebug for you here tonight. We're through 20 minutes of this Friday evening matchup between the visiting Rockyview Knights and the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels in the RMLL Senior B Division. And we are underway. 30 seconds of power play time remaining for the Rebels to start off this second period. They trail this game 4-3 to the visiting Knights. And this ball going to get turned over right away to Rockyview off the faceoff. So if they are able to hold on to it for this entire shot clock, that'll do it for the Rebels power play. But I'm sure Fort Saskatchewan has different ideas in mind as they're passing it around right now. Rockyview working with it here. Trimmer, he's got it down in the left corner, not feeling a lot of pressure. Rebels seem to just be letting them play around with it. Tried to throw that one cross crease and shot did not get on net. Ball comes out loose. That shot does get on net that time, but picked up by the Rebels, and that's going to do it for their power play. So we're back 5-on-5 for the first time now in the second period with 19:20 to go. If you're just tuning in, this is the perfect time here because we're just getting underway in this middle frame. Rebels starting to move this ball around here. Comes out to the left shooter position. Pick set there. Comes out to the right. Ethan Peterson. He's got it now. Passes that one off. Big shot from the point there by the captain, Greg Barrett. Rockyview going to be able to control the rebound and now look to head up the floor here once again. Here come the Knights. In across half. Looks to be Bodie Shields with it now. He'll feed that one up to the point for Oakley. Oakley going to make a cut towards the center. Lets that shot go there and might have caught a piece of the right shoulder of the Rebels goaltender. Referee says no. Only 10 seconds to go on this shot clock. This one does miss the net for sure and finds its way all the way down the floor. So over and back going to get called on the Rockyview Knights. 18:33 to go in the second period. Play yet to be blown in here. Now going to get picked up by the Rebels. Eric George, he's got it over in the left corner. Going to make his way towards the point. Feed that one over to the right for Ethan Peterson. Peterson finds an open man there at the left shooter. He's going to back off towards the corner here and now look towards the point. Cutting towards the net now. Rebels still with it here. A fake shot. Another one on net, and that one might have caught a piece of the post there from Jordan Wheaton. Ball going to be turned over here. It's going to be Rockyview ball now in the Rebels zone. 18:11 to go in the second period. Rockyview looking to move this ball around. Still lead this game by one. Fed towards the center there and an in-tight shot. It worked once for them today so far. Not that time around. The Rebels able to stop that one. Ball continues to get moved around here. Comes out to the right shooter. That shot towards the net and another save that time. This time the Rebels trying to dig this one out. In on it is Matt Murphy, but recovered by Rockyview once again. Get the reset. Fed right out in the middle and another save there. That one gets caught in the pads, so the Rebels going to be able to recover that one and now get a clean chance to move their way back up the floor. Across, here come the Rebels. Darren Barrett, he's got it now. Just going to scoop that pass off there. Comes up to the point for the captain, Barrett, and this one cut towards the net there and a nice save by Tyler Lowe. 17.5 to go now in the second. Ball is loose. Comes out, recovered by the Rebels. They do get the reset. 25 seconds to work with now on the shot clock as the Rebels moving this one around once again. It's out at the left. Comes up to the point now. Barrett, he's got it. Feeds that off to Peterson. Peterson going to try to cut towards the center. Couldn't find a lane there, so going to turn back. Goes up to the point now for Greg Barrett. Barrett to the center and another shot towards the net, but that one going to miss wide and out of play. So ball going to be turned over with 17 minutes to go in the second to the Rockyview Knights. They're pushing their way up the floor with some speed. Here comes Campbell Rose. Rose, he's going to be able to pass that one off nicely now to Dosty. Dosty fed that one all the way over to the right. Moving around still here are the Knights as this one gets fed up now to the left for Carson Trimble. Trimble still with it. Goes back over to the right. Stretching the floor here a little bit are the Knights. Not afraid to make those lengthier passes in the offensive zone, but this ball going to get picked up now by the Rebels and pushed across half. Rebels trying to get set here in the offensive zone. Eric George fed that one down to the right. Not a lot of space to work with on that side, and the ball going to come loose. Recovered quickly by Rockyview. 16:15 now to go in the second period as here come the Knights across half once again. Getting caught up there at the first rag line, but now able to pass that one down to the left where Noah Simonell. He was able to feed that one off there for Ryan Strom. No, not former Oiler Ryan Strome. It's the Rockyview Knight Ryan Strome as he'll pass that one off. It comes over to the right. Johnson trying to break in by himself there, and a shot and a big save by the Rebels goaltender as this one comes out loose to the left. Going to get recovered by the Knights here once again as the offensive pressure continues, trying to find a 2-goal cushion once again in this contest. Fed to the center there, and Johnson not able to get a shot off towards the net. Ball comes out loose in the center and now going to get picked up by the Rebels, and they'll look to break out here once again. Ball's going to come out loose along the left and going to get pushed across half by Ethan Ang. 15:25 to go in the second period. Ang going to get that ball stripped off him. Comes out loose, recovered by Rockyview, and we have the play blown dead here. It looks like a cross check getting called, and play was blown dead on the touch up by Rockyview, so I'd assume the penalty is going to them here. 2 minutes for the cross check. Yet to see what player they're taking to the box. It looks like it's going to be Bryce Trimmer. So the Rebels going to be headed back to a power play with another opportunity to tie up this contest. And this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. It's going to be Greg Barrett, the captain, who starts with it up at the point. Going to feed that over to the right for Peterson. Peterson couldn't quite gather in that pass there. Going to scoop that one down to the corner. Peterson gets a return feed, goes back to the point for Brett, who's trying to find some space along the left. Using the behind the net here are the Rebels. That's some free open space you usually see out in the offensive zone. Can't really attack from there, but seen it done before at all levels. Here's a big shot there from the point from Barrett, and he scores. The Rebels have tied this game up 4-4 with the visiting Rockyview Knights. First goal of the contest for the Rebels, and that's when I'll be sure to remind you to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. Tickets are on sale now until July 1st. It's our Canada Day 50/50 draw. We're hoping to make this the biggest pot of the season so far, so make sure to scan that QR code on your screen right now or go to our socials at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X to get yours tonight. Coming away with it off the draw, it's going to be Rockyview. They tried to push that ball in with some speed. It's going to roll through the Rebels' crease. Does come out loose here. No team has possession yet, but we are behind the Rebels' net. 14:40 now to go in the second. Loose ball push going to be called, and it's going to be red ball here. That's the Rockyview Knights as they're going to start to move this out, and the full offense comes out on the floor. Noah Simoneau let that one rip towards the net, and they score! That one got through the Rebels goaltender, and Simoneau has put his team quickly back in the lead, 5-4 over the Rebels. They did not want to sit tied up for too long, and that's when I'll remind you now to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and River Valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. We get set at half here. Once again, it's going to be Garen Nolsky to step in for this draw for the Rebels up against Ryan Strome for Rockyview. This is the first time we've seen a different draw man in the center position for Rockyview so far in this Friday evening contest. The Rebels going to come up with it off the draw, so we might see them go back following that one there. Bit of a weird play in front, picked up in the crease by Rockyview as they look to push across half here once again. Bodie Shields threw that ball up across the right. Need to make a full change here, though, does Rockyview. So that one passed off to Trimmer, who went down over to the left. Now with Simoneau, who let that shot rip there, and it's going to be stopped up nicely this time around. Rebels going to have it in their own crease. They look to break out here once again. It's Logan Noyen. He's already got one goal in this contest here tonight. Noyen, he steps his way across half. Looking for his options, feeds that one over to the left. The Rebels trying to get this ball in towards the net with some speed. Here's that one quickly towards the net, and they thought that one may have hit the back of the net. I saw the little fist pump from Jordan Wheaton, but didn't make its way between the pipes. And here comes Rockyview back the other way with some speed after just regaining the lead on their last offensive possession. 13:35 to go now in this second period. Trying to make their way towards the net here. Spinning around with it is Wallace McRae. Now ball finds its way out to the left. Back up to McRae at the point. The big shot there, and that one got broken up. Comes out loose. Recovered by Rockyview. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock, and an in-tight shot and stopped by the Rebels goaltender. Rockyview recovers again. Fresh 30 to work with now. They're going to be able to slow this one down a little bit. Dosty. Pass that one off. It came out loose. Recovered by Nolan Oakley. Oakley going to feed that one down to the corner now. Going to get picked up by the captain, Trimmer. Trimmer going to let the big shot go there, and another elbow save as the Rebels continue to keep this one out of the net. And that's a check from behind there into the crease, and they're going to just call that the crease violation, and that's going to allow the Rebels to move back the other way. 12:46 now to go in the second period. 5-4 remains the lead for Rockyview. We have been tied at one point in this second period. If you're just tuning in, it's another tight lacrosse game from the Moyer Recreation Center, which seems to be the name of the game. Every time I make my drive out to Josephsburg, I just know it's only going to be one goal that decides the contest. 12.5 to go in the second. Shot misses the net. That allows Rockyview to pick up as they're going to head back the other way. It's Tyson Weiss. Weiss, feeling some pressure, going to be able to pass that one off now to Simonell, who feeds that one all the way to the right side of the floor. Rockyview, again, not afraid to let go those long passes. Another shot towards the net, comes out loose, and it looks like we do have a penalty upcoming here. If I'm not mistaken. So yes, the Rebels going to be headed to the box. It's Matt Spatafor who's going to go take a seat. It's a slashing call. 2-minute slashing call assessed to the Rebels. Matt Spatafor, the man, headed to the box, and with 12:11 to go in the second, Rockyview with an opportunity to pat their lead a little bit here. And this Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. Ball fed across. Rockyview moving around this ball nicely here to start off this power play, as they have on pretty much every offensive possession they have had. Passing definitely the strong suit for the Knights, as this one fed right into the center. That shot let go, and they score. That one looked to be Carson Trimble with his second goal of this contest, giving his team the 6-4 lead over the Rebels. That another power play goal for Rockyview, and that's when I'll let you know at Bimini Lacrosse, excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. They are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse. Explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Again, 11:51 to go in the second. 2-goal lead now for Rockyview. Once again, the Rebels did have it tied at 4s at one point, but trying to spread this out again, and it looks like we're going to have the false start here by the Rebels. That's going to give Rockyview the possession right off the draws. They're going to go right back to work here. Following his goal, Trimble moving that one around. That one came in to the other side, and we're going to have a penalty upcoming here. It looks like again to the Rebels. Headed to the box this time is going to be Sam Dock. See what the exact signal is here. Referee calling in another to talk this one over. Dock already on the penalty box bench there. Didn't put up much argument. He knows that he did wrong. It'll just be a matter of what the call is here. So we got 2 minutes for a cross check that's going to be assessed to Dock, and that's going to put the Rebels on another penalty kill that is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. 5-2 Projects getting their money's worth here through the first half of this contest. Rebels been on the penalty kill quite a few times here. 11:20 to go in the second. Minute 45 here in the power play for Rockyview as they have it here. Big shot let go from the left shooter position by Bryce Trimmer. Looking for his hat trick goal. Not going to happen on that play, though, is now Joe Fowler trying to push it across half for the Rebels. Fowler, he's able to do so. Going to throw that one out to the left now. Rebels trying to move this ball around shorthanded. This one comes out into the center, picked up by the captain, Greg Barrett. Down in the corner now. You're going to wheel this one around the floor, looking for his options. He's not on his strong side. Trying to cut towards the net, it seemed. Only 2 seconds to go on this shot clock, and that should expire the shot clock there. Just going to throw that one away is Barrett. Good penalty, or a good ragging opportunity done there by the Rebels. Full 30 seconds of a shot clock killed off, and that leaves only a minute to work with on the power play here for Rockyview, and 18 seconds on this current shot clock. Behind the net now. They're moving around the ball. Rockyview looking for their options. Fed across once again there, and ball movement key on all the possessions for Rockyview. Not making a lot of dives towards the net. Outside shots also been at a premium. Over and back going to get called on Rockyview as that shot hit the backboards and all the way down the floor. So only 40 seconds to go now on their power play. Fresh 30 to kill off down in the Rockyview zone for the Rebels. And it looks like we have a penalty upcoming here to the Knights as they'll touch up. So we'll be 4-on-4. It looks like inner or slashing going to be the call here on Rockyview. I'll have to confirm here. Kind of a sloppy signal by the referee. We'll see what exactly comes about here. So looks headed to the box right now is Kevin Dostie. And slashing is indeed the call. So 2 minutes assessed to the Rockyview Knights. So we're going to be 4-on-4 for 32 seconds. And then the Rebels will head to the power play if everything stays as is right now. 10:08 to go in the second. We're almost halfway through this lacrosse game. And it's Rockyview that leads this contest 6-4. Out to the point now. Fed over to the right. The Rebels moving this one around. Peterson tries to make a duck towards the net. Does get loose out in front. Let that shot go, and a nice save there by Tyler Lowe. You're going to see that out of Peterson quite a bit, where he tries to make those. He kind of brings his stick close to his chest and makes those ducks towards the net. Hasn't really found his way towards yet tonight, but seen him successfully pull it off many times in my life. So I'm sure I'm going to see it at some point here. This one up to the point now for the captain, Greg Barrett, as the Rebels have pulled it across half once again. And now stepping out of the box for them is Marcus Folliard. So, or my apologies, that's Sam Dock. So the Rebels now officially on the power play. 9:24 to go in the second. This one stolen away nicely. Could not finish there. Eric George almost had the highlight reel steal and goal, but just going to have to be the steal right now. As 9:13 to go in the second, minute 5 in the Rebels power play as Rockyview brings this one across half. 22 seconds to go on the shot clock. Quickly stolen away by the Rebels. Here comes Nolski. Back the other way. Nolski almost in all alone. Was looking to let that shot go. Decided to pull that one back and throw it up to the point for the captain, Barrett. Rest of the Rebels power play going to get back out on the floor now. Barrett continuing to hold on to it, trying to slow things down. 12 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Comes up to Peterson now at the right side. Back to the point for Barrett. Fed over to the left now. Down to the corner. Looking for an option. Fed into the middle there. And that one stopped up by Tyler Lowe. Comes out loose. Recovered by the Rebels. And they get a fresh 30 here. Still 25 seconds of power play time. Up to the point now. Fed down to the corner. A quick shot there. And oh my, what a diving save. Tyler Lowe doing his best Henrik Lundqvist impression there. Doing the splits. That's a hockey save. But we just saw it in a lacrosse game. As this shot towards the net now short-handed and stopped there. Comes out loose. Rockyview going to recover a quick short-handed opportunity. And now the power play coming to a close for the Rebels. And we are officially back 5-on-5. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock. That one towards the net and stopped up by the Rebels goaltender. Play going to be blown dead. We have a helmet off on the floor. It looks to be Sam Docks. So Doc going to make his way to the bench here. He's talking it over with the referee. Maybe feels like there should have been a call for him there, but not going to get it. 8 minutes to go in the second. Or actually, he did get it here as the Rebels going to be headed to another power play. That's my apologies. As this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Sorry, I got too focused on Doc there without the helmet. Nonetheless, up 5-on-4 here are the Rebels, trailing 6-4 in this contest. Ball movement looking good here, but it does come out loose now. Battle for it ensues. It's going to get picked up nicely by the captain, Barrett. He's going to bring this one back out high to the point again. Minute 35 to work with on the power play. 3 seconds on the shot clock. This shot couldn't get off towards the net, but now flicked into the ceiling by Rockyview. And that's gonna cause the reset. That's gonna allow Barrett to pick it up back in his own zone. Surprise play wasn't blown dead. Must not have touched something up there. A bit of a low ceiling here at the Moyer Recreation Center. You don't see that too often where the ball avoids it when it gets that high up in the air. Quick shot there, and that one missed the net by Jordan Wheaton. Comes back up to the point now. Barrett looking for it. Lets that shot go there. That one nailed the post. That's about as close as you can get. Post and close. That's a bit of a rhyme for you. Wouldn't call myself Dr. Seuss. Another shot gets ripped there, and that might have caught a piece of the post as well, and finds its way all the way down as they are going to get the reset. The race for the ball, going to get one there by Jake Staggerman for Rockyview. So this ball just going to get rolled up to the point for Johnston. Johnston couldn't quite gather that one in, but does have it now. 6:35 to go in the period, 35 seconds in the Rebels power play. Rockyview continuing to move this ball around. The Knights done pretty good on the penalty kill so far today. Have not allowed the power play goal. Moving this ball around now. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock here. Comes out loose once again. This one picked up by Simon L. He's going to roll that towards the net there, and shot clock going to expire. And it looks like we have another penalty upcoming here. This one to the Rebels. So Ethan Peterson going to be headed to the box. 2 minutes for the cross check. So that's going to put us 4-on-4 for the next 16 seconds, and then we'll head to another Rockyview Knights power play. They're going to start with the ball at half here. So before the expiration of this shot clock, Rockyview should be on the power play, and I'd imagine they're just going to try to pass this ball around until we get to that point here. It's always good to have the extra man on the floor, and especially having the trailer coming out of the penalty box like this, opportunity to run up a bit of a play, cause confusion so that they can get that man in all alone. And it looks like they're going to try something like that. 18 seconds to go on the shot clock, 2 seconds here on the penalty kill, and now we're 5-on-4, Rockyview on the power play. Ball movement amping up here. Trying to cut towards the net was Johnson there. Chose to feed it up to the point, and this one almost found its way through the Rebels goaltender, but Nolan Oakley able to lay down and make that stop. Stretching the floor there. That one finds its way into the ceiling, and that's going to turn it over to Rockyview once again, and that's that low ceiling I was talking about from earlier. Not going to get away with a lot of plays up close there. Nonetheless, Rockyview, 20 seconds to work with on this shot clock. Minute 17 to go in their power plays. They move this ball around, tried to get the quick shot towards the net there, but that's picked up by the Rebels, and it's Joe Fowler who's going to head across half. Makes a nice spin move, but lost the handle on the ball there. And it looks like another penalty upcoming now. So headed to the box is Wallace McCrae. 2 minutes for the slash with 5:23 to go in the second. So we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next minute and 8 seconds here. And then it'll be a Rebels power play following that. Giving regard to the fact that everything stays the same, no more players head to the box, but that might be a tough ask here in this second period, as it's just been a parade to the box for either side as the Rebels now start 4-on-4 here down in the Rockyview zone. Pass this one around. Ball comes up to Darren Barrett. Barrett pulls that one down to the corner. Fed that up to the point now, and a quick shot, they score. Looked to be Matt Murphy putting that one away there for the Rebels, getting them back within one. The 4-on-4 goal with 5:07 to go in the second period. It's always a different goal horn here for the Rebels. Some of them louder than others, some of them longer than others. So we get set at center here once again. Ball comes out loose. Looked like the Rebels were going to get it, but it gets chipped ahead now as the battle for the loose ball continues here. Bit of a blind spot for me, but it looks like Rockyview's been able to come up with it here. Tyson Wells, he's going to bring that one across half and wait for the offense to get out on the floor. Still 4-on-4 here for the next 33 seconds. Rebels only trail by 1. 6-5 is your score in favor of the Rockyview Knights. Spinning around with it now was Tyson Weiss. He passed it off. Comes out to the left, and a big shot there. That one by Carson Trimble. Again, looking for that third goal of the contest. Couldn't get it. Trimble, he's got it again. Going to throw that one up to the point and get the return feed. Trimble feeds that one out to the right. Tried to get the return once again, but couldn't quite let the quick kick go there. Comes out and reset once again. Rockyview going to be able to pick up. And now coming out of the box is Ethan Peterson. 46 seconds to go here for the Rebels power play as this shot misses the net and goes into the ceiling. So that's going to turn it over to Fort Saskatchewan, and they're going to get a chance here to tie this game up on the power play. This Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. Barrett, the captain Barrett, gets set up. He passed that one out to the right for Peterson. Peterson had a lane there, chose to pass that one off, still has it. Playing a little bit tight to the center is the penalty kill of Rockyview. Looks like it worked out for him there that time, though, as the quick turnover by the Rebels is going to allow Rockyview to head back the other way. Only 18 seconds to go on this penalty kill and 23 seconds to go on their shot clock, so able to kill it off here if they rag the ball, as I'm sure they plan to do so. This one thrown across there for Johnston. Maybe rag was the wrong term to choose there. Is looking for some offense maybe here as Rockyview. It looked like a bit of a free hand there, but no call upcoming. Thrown down to the corner, into the center there. Quick shot, they score, and oh my, that's a bit of a pretty play there by Rockyview with 3:15 to go in the second period. Looks like putting that one away was Kevin Dosty. 3:15 to go in the second. 7-5 now the lead for Rockyviews. We'll set in at center once again. 5-on-5 lacrosse is what we're playing here now. It's been minimal 5-on-5 lacrosse here in this middle frame. More bang for your buck, as they say, is the more penalties, the longer we get to sit out here and watch and play some lacrosse. Rebels moving it around here. Feed that one to the corner. Quick shot there on net by Darren Barrett. Nice save by Tyler Lowe, who hasn't been afraid to slide, but now in all alone. Here comes Rockyview there, and a big save and a rebound shot. They score. Rebound looked to be put away by Matthew McKee. Rockyview now up by 3 just like that, and that's how quickly things can change. 8-5 now your score with 2:48 to go in the second, and we'll get set at center floor here once again. This draw going between Spadafora and Running Rabbit. Rebels able to pick that one up. George going to pass that one over to the left. Who's got it now is Josh McCallion. If feeds that to the center. Quick shot on net. They score. Jordan Wheaton, his second goal of this contest, gets the Rebels back within 2, 8-6. Now your score with 2:35 to go in the second. That a bit of a shorter goal horn that time for the Rebels. We'll get the fun goal song after as well. Ball comes out of the draw, going to get picked up by Rockyview. Nolan Oakley pulled that one over the corner, fed up to the point now nicely for Noah Simoneau. Simoneau's already got a goal in this contest here tonight. Pass over to the right now. There's that long stretch feed over to the left. East-west passes. But now it looks like the Rebels going to have a chance for a break here. Here comes Eric George. He's going to have a shot on net, and that one caught a piece of the glove of Tyler Lowe and into the corner. Recovered by the Rebels. Trying to cut towards the center was the last goal scorer there. Jordan Wheaton didn't get the pass. Does come out once again, and another shot towards the net, but dropped down to the floor. Recovered by the Rebels. That one chucked high off the glass, and a nice play there, keeping it in. Josh McCallion picks it up, a shot towards the net there, and a save by Tyler Lowe. Minute 45 to go now in this second period. Rebels trail by 2, trying to get one step closer here on this possession. Peterson comes off the bench now. This ball fed up to the point for Eric George. George tried to feed that in for Peterson. It does come out loose now. Peterson going to be able to pick that one up. Has some time here. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Peterson cuts towards the center there, and his shot stopped up by Tyler Lowe, who's now trying to stretch the floor himself. Here comes Rockyview. Back the other way. In tight there, and that one just missed the net. Goes up into the ceiling. Not out of play, though, but now over and back going to get called on Rockyview. Trying to dig this one out here is Logan Noyen. Delay a game looking like it's going to get called on Rockyview here, and indeed that's going to be the case. So the Rebels going to be headed back to the power play with a minute 14 to go in the second. And this Rebels power play is brought to you by Smith Insurance Services. They aren't here to sell you insurance. They are here to help you buy it. As we'll get set at center here once again, the captain, Barrett, going to pick it up for the Rebels. Let's see if they can make something happen here with a minute 12 now to go in this middle frame. Barrett, he's got it at the point. Feeds it to Peterson at the right, who will drop that one down to the corner. Peterson, return feed, back up for Barrett. Wheeling it around here are the Rebels. Peterson's got it once again. Looking for a lane. Chose not to dive towards the center that time. Fed it back up to the point. Now using the left side of the floor of the Rebels. Back to Peterson, and that one came out loose. Couldn't quite pick that one up. He had a lane. Had he been able to pick that one up. Going to need a shot here. The Rebels only 3 seconds on the shot clock, and that one right into the chest of Tyler Lowe. 42 seconds to go in the second period. A minute 27 on the Rebels power play is coming across half. For Rockyview is Jacob Berg. Berg going to pass that one off now. Rockyview just going to choose to slow this down. 17 seconds to go on their shot clock here. 27 seconds to go in the period. So putting some pressure on is Joe Fowler. Wheeling his way around Fowler there was Johnston, who let that shot go, and another big save there. This one trying to get passed out by the Rebels. I thought that was going to come dangerously out into the center for Jack Renault. No dice that time. The Rebels going to call the timeout here. 13.1 to go in the second. should have a fresh 30 on the shot clock or close to it. I think we're going to see probably a goaltender pull here for the Rebels to go 6-on-5 to try to get a goal here before the closeout of the second period. 59 seconds to go on their power play as well. See this quite often in the game of lacrosse. If you're new to the sport, it's a bit more of a possession game opposed to hockey, which you may be more familiar with, which allows teams to pull their goaltender here in the dying seconds of the period for a good opportunity on net. 6-on-4 is what it will be, as the Rebels already on a power play. So starting back at his own blue line will be the captain, Greg Barrett, at the closure of this timeout. Barrett going to bring this one in across half. Feeds that over to Peterson. Peterson back to Barrett. 5 seconds go in the period now. Peterson gets it again. Big shot from the point there, and that one goes just wide, and time is going to wind down in the middle frame, and that's going to do it. 8-6 is your score as we head into the third and possible final frame of this contest. Before I let you go, I want to remind you that CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation and the Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. In 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Letendre, died by suicide age 25 while battling mental health issues. The Chris Letendre Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made at edmonton.cmha.talk-today-CLWF. You can visit our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Again, it's 8-6, headed into the third. My name's Aiden Bullsgard. You're listening live here on CROW LAX TV. Eric Krause is on the camera, his wife on your scorebug, who's about to send us to commercial. Thank you. Hello and welcome back live on CROW LAX TV. My name's Aiden Bolsgard. Kraus is on your camera and his wife running your scorebug here for you tonight. It's going to be Rockyview comes away with the opening draw of the period. 38 seconds to go in a Rebels power play here. So the rag of the ball going to ensue. Shot clock not started up yet here though, so I think we'll see the infamous ref count happening here soon enough once they realize that is the case. 19:35 to go in this third period. So if you're just tuning in, you're here at the exact right time. It's Rockyview that lead the Rebels 8-6 on the road here. It's been back and forth all night. The Rebels have not led at one point of this contest, but did have it tied at one point in the second. We'll see if they can bring it back here in the third. Bringing it across half. Still 10 seconds of power play time here for Fort Saskatchewan. Up to the point for Barrett. Barrett going to feed that over to Peterson over on the right. Peterson back to Barrett. Trying to pull away from the pursuit there of Jake Stagerman. Shot towards the net, they score. The Rebels got back within one here. It looked to be Ethan Peterson who put that one away for them. Back within one are the Rebels. That's the first time I've seen Peterson score this season. Nice to see that. I think back in me and his Bantam year, I think he put up about 48 goals that year in what I think was about 15 games. I think that's a pretty good stat line back in the day, if you ask me. If you wanted to know, he was also our team captain. I don't know if you could have guessed that one. 19:09 to go in the third period. 8-7 the lead for Rockyview, but the Rebels just pulled this one back within one. I'll remind you to be sure to get your weekly CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. We're actually going to be running all month this month on one draw all the way to Canada today, so it's a special national holiday draw here at CROW LAX TV, trying to make it the biggest pot of the season so far. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now, or you can head to our social media channels at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X for a link to purchase. Peterson back out there once again for the Rebels following his goal. Fed that one over to the left, and George couldn't quite let that one go. It's going to be turned over to Rockyview here. 18:35 to go in the third. So they head across half here once again. The ball comes out loose. Recovered quickly by the Rebels. Dean Wojwitka has it behind the net, feeds that one ahead nicely for Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton going to pull that out to right, feed it back over to left, trying to find Barrett, but that's caused turnover and a breakaway back the other way, slowing down, and that's going to be taken away by Jordan Wheaton. But that one dribbled its way into the net, and that's about as lucky as you'll see a goal there, but nonetheless, reestablishing their 2-goal lead is the Rockyview Knights. So we'll get set at center here once again. And funny play that is there. What was a penalty-plagued second period is now turned into the luck of the draw third, seemingly. Still lots of time to go. 18:14 to go in this possible final frame. Nolski pulled that one out, but it's going to get picked up by Rockyview. Still loose here now, and it looks like it's going to be the Rebels who are able to pick up Josh McCallion. He's going to head right down Broadway here, feed that one to the right, and a big save there by Tyler Lowe, recovered by Rockyview as they look to stretch the floor now. That pass picked up. Looks like we got a missing glove here that's loose out onto the floor. Going to get picked up by the referee. Rockyview going to slow this one down here. Throw that back up to the point. 17:45 to go in the period. 16 seconds here on their shot clock as Johnston fed that to the center there and gloved out of the air by Tyler Lowe. Not often you see a Lacrosse goaltender start snagging balls out of the air with his glove, but that time we saw it happen. There's Joe Fowler going to bring that across half now for the Rebels. Feed that off to Spadafora. Spadafora gets that ball over to Wheaton. Wheaton going to feed that back up to the point for Darren Barrett. Barrett over to the left, back over to Wheaton now. Wheaton couldn't quite let that one go, lost his handle, and it dribbled its way on to Tyler Lowe, who's going to hold on to that one, pass it off, and now here come across half the Rockyview Knights. Patrick Morrow, he had it. Pass that one off. Now with it along the left is Noah Simonell. He's already got a goal so far in this contest. Simonell pulls that one, puts it up to the point for Wallace McCray. McCray fed that back over to the left, looking for an open lane here. Rockyview feed that back up to the point. Johnston tried to make the deke around to his right, couldn't do so. Ball comes out loose now, and that's going to be at the end of the shot clock there. Stopping that ball up was Rockyview, and could have possibly been the delay of game there. Nonetheless, Peterson's got it across half now in the offensive zone for the Rebels. Peterson Up to the point now, he finds Captain Barrett, who's going to feed that over to the left. The Rebels moving this ball around here. Big shot from the point right into the chest there of Tyler Lowe, and looking to stretch the floor once again on Rockyview, and here they come back the other way. Matthew McKee going to let that shot go, and it ends up just wide, all the way back up to the point and recovered by Rockyview there. 18 seconds to go on their shot clock as that one missed the net. So Johnston with it here now, 16-15 to go in the third. Still up by 2, 9-7 is your official score in favor of the Knights. Ball comes out loose here in the Rebels zone. Pulled up the floor, going to get almost picked up by the Rebels, I should say. Not able to be gathered in there by Sam Dock. And it looks like it's going to be Rebels ball here down in the Rockyview zone as the referees blow their whistle. So giving a chance to Rebels to get a clean setup here with all their offense out on the floor. Picked up in the corner there by Wheaton. He went up for Peterson, who finds his man at the point, fed down to the right corner. Quick shot short side there by Matt Murphy. Stopped up by Tyler Lowe and fed out along the left. Here comes Rockyview back up the floor once again. And it looks like we got some rough stuff ensuing down in the corner. Can we possibly see a fight? Yes, we will. Matt Spadafora, he's in on it. It's more of a wrestling match than it is a fight right now. Spadafora goes down to the ground and ending up on top of him looks to be Ryan Strom. So I wouldn't call it a heavy fisticuffs, more of a wrestling match, something similar you'd see in the UFC. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for both those players for the night. Strom, Spadafora, going to head to their respective dressing rooms. 15:49 to go in the third. See if any extra calls come out of that little scuffle there. Referees going over to the penalty box to discuss here exactly what the situation is. All referees communicating. And it looks like it's going to be Rockyview ball here. So the Rebels defense going to have to hurry up and get out onto the floor here. Arguing that call is Eric George. To no avail, though, here is starting with the ball up the point. Looks like it's going to be James Johnston. Johnston with a goal of his own so far in this game as well. A contributing factor to why his team is up 9-7 here in the possible final frame. Little hidden ball trick. Johnston, he's coming in. He actually tricked me with that play as I thought he still had the ball. He did not. This one passed out to the middle there. Comes out loose, and now the Rebels come back the other way with some speed. Corey Takahara trying to make it in all alone. Finds some space there, and that one stopped up. Comes out to the corner. Recovered by the Rebels here once again. Ethan Ang. He'll feed that one behind the net. Rebels trying to slow it down here. They still got 22 seconds to go on this shot clock. Ball comes back up to the point. Barrett fed that one all the way over to the right there for Dean Wojwitka. Into the center there that time, and that one's going to be gathered in by Tyler Lowe. Fed up along the left side of the floor once again, and here's Rockyview across half. 15:07 to go now in the third. That one fed towards the center and went, they're saying, not off the Rebels goaltender, so it's going to be Fort Saskatchewan ball here as they'll cross half once again. Slowing it down in the offensive zone once again are the Rebels. This one nicely fed to the center, and oh my, what a chance for Eric George, but sent that one wide of the net. They're actually saying that one caught a piece of a Rockyview player before it headed out of bounds that time. So going to continue to be Rebels ball here with the fresh 30. That one fed over to the right here. Is looking for an option. Cross crease there, and oh my, that caught a piece of the opposite post there. And you're not going to see that very often. Tough break for the Rebels, and the period of luck continues. Throw that over to the right. Jordan Wheaton. He's got it now. Fed that to the center. Looking for an option on net and just didn't let it go soon enough to Eric George. Waited too long, and now this ball going to be turned over to Rockyview by the referees. 14:25 to go in the third. And now we're going to have a fight going on here once again. And it looks like they're going to drop the helmets, and they're going to let this one buck. It's going to be a good one. Darren Barrett, he's going to get into it here. Looks like he's going up against Patrick Morrow. Barrett and Morrow squaring right up like it's a ring. Barrett lets that one go. Morrow gets in there. Now they're going to go at it. Morrow throwing the big right hands. Coming at him. Under. Over. Morrow letting him go. He's got Barrett right hooked in and throws him to the ground. And I think we have ourselves a clear winner in that tussle there. Patrick Morrow standing tall. coming out of that brawl as Darren Barrett going to head to his change room, as Morrow will as well, but with a little more cheers coming from his bench. But nonetheless, it's a fight. And congratulations to both competitors. That's the best one I've seen so far this season. Gotta love when the refs let them square up like that, take the helmets off, and let them go. 14:23 to go in this third period. 9-7 still your score in favor of Rockyview, and this is a good time to let you know to explore Fort Saskatchewan. Discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and river valley. Work in a thriving community. Play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. So it looks like it's going to be Rockyview ball. We're still 5-on-5 here, despite them getting to start at half. Noah Simonell threw that over to the left side of the floor as Rockyview trying to move this ball here once again. Focus back in on some real lacrosse here. Fed over to the left. Big shot there. That one's going to go wide of the net. Comes out towards the Rebels bench. Not able to gather that one in there was Noah Simonell. So it's going to be Rebels ball down in Rockyview territory. Looking to pick it up for the Rebels is going to be Dean Wojwitka. Wojwitka goes up to the point. He finds Peterson. Peterson to the center there. George trying to cut his way towards the middle of the net. Gets caught up with two Rockyview defenders. And now they're going to try to stretch the floor here once again. This one comes loose. Peterson throws his man into the boards. No call from that. Nonetheless, Rockyview picks up and brings it across half. 13:45 to go now in this third period. 16 seconds to go on the shot clock for Rockyview is Johnston. He's going to feed that one over to the left. That shot towards the net, and another pretty play by Rockyview, but it's going to be Rebels ball here as they're looking to break out. Holding on to it here is Corey Takahara. Takahara still with it now, and he's going to bring it across half. Looking for his options on the floor. Gets his stick knocked out of his hand, and that's going to turn the ball back over the other way. Now quick fast break here for Rockyview. Fed right into the middle. This shot towards the net there, and oh my, what a save. In all alone was Matthew McKee, but covering as much of the net as he could was the Rebels goaltender, and that's going to allow Barrett to bring it across half for the Rebels once again. Still only trailing by 2 as Barrett lets the big shot go right into the chest there of Tyler Lowe. This ball comes out for George in the right corner. Going to go all the way back up to the point for Peterson. 11 seconds. Wanting the reset of the Rebels, and they got it now. Peterson gets that ball over to the corner for George. George going to dive in towards the net, and that one just missed wide. Peterson going to go for the change here. Rebels got to send out a man quickly here. It's a fast break for Rockyview. That shot on net just goes wide and into the sky, so going to get turned over to Fort Saskatchewan quickly here once again. 12:40 to go now in the third period. 9-7 is your score in favor of the Rockyview Knights. They've recovered in their own zone quickly once again. Bringing that one across half is Skylar Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit, pass that one off as Rockyview set here once again. 18 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Ball finds its way to Johnston. Johnston at the point, going to let the big shot go there, and another save. Gets the whistle blown dead as that one was caught up in the pad. So here come the Rebels out once again. Moving this one across half. Looks to be Alex Wildeboer. My apologies. Actually, that's Logan Noyen who brought that across half. Nonetheless, Rebels with possession here in offensive territory. Fed up to the point now. Cutting into the middle. They score! The Rebels back within one thanks to the goal. His second of the game for Logan Noyen. 9-8 now your score with 11:58 to go in the third. So we'll get set at the face-off once again. Nolsky in against Running Rabbit. We've seen this matchup multiple times in the face-off dot so far this evening. And here we go again. Ball comes out loose. Nolsky going to come up with it. Looking for some open space. Going to be able to feed that one back across half. And along the right side, here are the Rebels. Dean Wojwitka. He's got it now. Going to feed that back up to the point. He finds his man in Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton back to Wojwitka. Looking for his options. Feeds that one over to the left. Into the middle there, and that one comes out loose, but picked up by Wojwitka once again. 7 seconds go on the shot clock here for the Rebels. George has it on his not strong side. Feeds that to the other one. That shot towards the net. Oh my, what a save. Rebound, and that one misses. How does that happen there? Eric George had everything to shoot at there, but just disrupted enough that it didn't get on net, and score remains 9-8 in favor of Rockyview. And it looks like the Rockyview goaltender may be hurting after that sequence there. Right leg under some distress, it seems, and hopefully he can shake it off here. You never want to see a goaltender hurting like this, especially at this stage of the game. 11-12 to go in the third. It's a one-goal contest. As I mentioned before, that's how it's been at the Moyer Recreation Center all season long. It looks like we're going to head to commercial here, so that'll do it for me for now. My name's Aiden Bolsgaard. Eric Krause is on the camera, and we'll be back when we can. Thank you. Welcome back live here on CROW LAX TV. Unfortunately, Rockyview Knights starting goaltender Tyler Lowe has headed off and been replaced in this contest. 11:06 to go in the third. 9-8 remains your score in favor of the Rebels. And ignoring the injury and opportunity here for the Rebels to get some shots on a cold goaltender. Peterson going to bring that out to the right. It's just a happening of the game, I suppose. This one fed to the middle, and they score! Ethan Peterson, his second goal of this contest, and that gives the Rebels the 9-9 tie. They've brought it back here once again. The last time we saw these numbers on the board was back at the start of the second period when it was 4-4. The Rebels all square once again, looking to see if maybe they can find their first lead of this contest. 10:48 to go in the third. We're going to get center here once again. Nolski in to take it against Skylar Running Rabbit. They're battling in this face-off here, and this one comes out for the Rebels. A fast break opportunity, and all alone. That shot on net, and a big save there on Matt Murphy. He's already got a goal in this contest tonight for the Rebels. Off the goaltender and out of place. The Rebels going to have a fresh 30 to work with here once again. Peterson, he's got the ball, looking for his hat-trick goal here tonight. Peterson waiting for the last man to come off the bench, and he gets it in Jordan Wheaton. Wheaton down to the corner now. He finds the captain, Barrett, who tried to go short side there. Didn't come out, but recovered by the Rebels. That went off the post. They're not giving them the reset right now. 5 seconds to go. That probably should have been the reset there. There's a big shot there, short side. Rebound comes out. The Rebels recover it once again, and another one towards the legs, and another save. Rockyview now going to get a chance to move back the other way. A nice pass. That one springs ahead. Bodie Shields. Shields going to hold up. Under 10 minutes to go now in the third. Rockyview working with it here once again. Noah Simonell up to the point. This finds its way out to Johnston along the right side. Johnston looking for a lane. Chooses to go up to the point. Gets a return feed now. Johnston finds his man once again. Cutting towards the center here. Spin off. Shot on net, and there's another save. Rebels going to be able to recover this one. Looking to get some offense out on the floor here quickly. This one finds its way to Jack Renault. Renault going to feed that one ahead. A bit of a bouncing pass there. Going to be recovered quickly by Rockyview, and Staggerman now going to head across half and pass that one up ahead for Nolan Oakley. Oakley holding on to that one along the left. Feeds that one up to the point now for Carson Trimble. Trimble over to the right. Johnston trying to spin his way off his man. Gets the pick now. Able to make the pass. Trimble going to let that shot go there. Bounces right in front. Johnston the behind the back opportunity. And oh my, looking for the highlight reel opportunity. But that one goes out of play, and now springing back the other way. Here come the Rebels with some speed. Logan Noyen just going to choose to hold up. Wait for the offense to get out on the floor. Noyen has Peterson with him. Going to toss that pass off to him. Peterson tried to find Wheaton, but it found its way all the way to the left side of the floor. Nonetheless, Rebels still in possession here. Back out of the point now. Wheaton going to let that shot go, and it's saved. It comes right out into the middle. Recovered by Rockyview, and now they're going to push this ball back the other way. Bodie Shields Going to pass that one off towards the point for Bryce Trimmer, the captain here for the Rockyview Knights, and he'll give that one away to Wallace McCrae. McCrae going to let that shot go there, and that's another save. 8.5 now to go in the third. Pass off, a bit of a bobbled one as Joe Fowler had to recover that in the corner. Now going to have to move with some pace to avoid the 8-second call. Just chose to throw that one all the way down the floor. It's going to be a race for it. Now George gets that one right in the middle, and that just missed the net. A bit of bad luck in this period for Eric George. Had a couple opportunities all alone and close like that. Not able to finish yet in this contest, but it's coming for him. You could taste it if George is going to keep getting opportunities like that. Comes back up to the point now. Noah Simonell. Pass that off for Johnston. Johnston trying to find a lane. Lets a big shot go there from the point. Off the backboards. Doesn't find its way out of play. Recovered by the Rebels, though. Corey Takahara passes that one ahead. Nicely gathered in there by Matt Murphy. He's going to wait for his offense. Pass that to the point. Now over and back. Going to get called on the Rebels. An unfortunate play there at the center line. Dean Wojwitka couldn't quite gather that in. So another opportunity to break this 9-9 tie coming up for Rockyview as time continues to wind down. 7:44 to go now in the third. This ball, it comes up to the point. Fed over to the left. Rockyview, so good tonight with their passes. Been crisp all around, finding bodies when they needed to. And a nice play to the middle. They score. Oh, my. Nolan Oakley did it himself there. Nice little toe drag. Well, your lacrosse version of a toe drag, I would call it. Gets him in alone, close with the goaltender, and he buries it, getting his team not only to double digits, but the one-goal lead with 7:33 to go in this third period. Be sure to get your CROW LAX TV 50/50 tickets. They're on sale until Canada Day. That is July 1st. Trying to make it our biggest pot of the season, so you can scan that QR code on your screen right now or go to our socials at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. Make sure to get those tickets, folks. It's going to be a good one this month. Rockyview down in the offensive zone here once again, trying to widen out that lead like they have multiple times so far in this contest, but the Rebels just refusing to go away. Into the middle now, and that shot towards the net, and they score. Bryce Trimmer, his second goal of the game for the captain. Weren't interested in keeping it too tight, was Rockyview, but we'll see if the Rebels can find an answer here. Is now time becoming their enemy? Yes, it's the game of lacrosse. Yes, things can happen quickly, but when you're seeing single digits on the board in the third period, everybody starts to pay a little extra attention. And it sounds bad, but that's including myself, as Garen Nolsky going to get set here in the center. Once again, Nolsky going to win that draw. It comes out loose for Eric George. George, he's in along the right, not on his strong side of the floor, able to avoid the stick check there. Feeds that one off to Josh McCallion, who feeds that all the way to the right side of the floor for Peterson. In short side there, and a nice eyes from Peterson to find George, but in all alone once again. George not able to bury that one, and bringing it across half now is Jacob Berg. Berg just going to pull away, wait for his offense to get out on the floor. 6:41 to go now in the third. Comes up to the point. Fed over to the right. Continuing the ball movement here is Rockyview. Kevin Dosty got it to Johnston. Comes down behind the net for Dosty once again, but he bobbled that, and that's going to allow the Rebels to try to move this ball out. Dean Wojwitka still got it here for the Rebels. Now able to feed that one ahead for the captain, Barrett. Barrett going to pull this one all the way to the right side of the floor. Now going to move to the left, realizing he's not on his strong side. Now going to find a lane towards the middle. Barrett going to let that one go, and it caught a piece of the crossbar. Oh, my. And back the other way, and that's a misplay by Peterson. And in all alone now, that one's going to miss the net there. Now Peterson going to be able to pick this one up. That one off the roof. It's going to be Rebels' ball. Peterson a little confused as myself. They slowed that right down on him, but nonetheless, coming back the other way are the Rebels. Logan Noyen, he's got 2 goals in this contest here tonight. Is Noyen towards the net. Going to let that one go, and they're calling crease violation on him here. Still making the save, though. Rockyview headed back the other way. Josh McCallion, he's going to bring that one out to the right. 5:38 to go now in this third period. Fed down to the corner by Noah Simonell. Behind the net now, looking for an option through the center. They're going to find it there, not able to be gathered in there, and it's going to be over and back called on the Rockyview Knights. So Rebels ball deep in the offensive zone here, trying to find that goal to bring them back within one. Anything can happen here. 5:25 to go in the third. This ball fed up to the point for the captain, Barrett. Barrett going to find Peterson in along the right. Peterson going to make a cut towards the net there. Chose to turn away there. He's going to feed that one up to Wheaton now. Wheaton finds his man along the left side of the floor. Fed back up here for George, who couldn't quite gather in that pass. Comes loose. George recovers it here once again. Doesn't have a man to pass to. 10 seconds to work with on the shot clock. There's that one blocked away and high off the glass. And now Rockyview going to be able to recover, and they're going to step across half. Here comes Rockyview. It's Jacob Berg. Berg going to let that shot go, and that's another great save by the Rebels goaltender there. And this one going to come out to the left now, picked up by Jack Renault. Renault passed that ahead for Wheaton. Wheaton going to bring this across half now. He has it along the left, going to dump that down to the corner there for Matt Murphy. Murphy looking for his option, chooses to go to the point there for Brett, finds Peterson along the right. I think you're going to see a lot of Brett, Peterson, and Wheaton as we head down the stretch of this contest. Behind the back opportunity, increased violation called on Brett, but that seems to be the three-headed monster for the Rebels is the captain, Brett, Ethan Peterson, number 77, and number 14, Jordan Wheaton for the Rebels. And probably going to see him most offensive shifts here is what I'm trying to tell you. 4:22 to go in the third. 11-9 still the lead for the visiting Rockyview Knights as they have the ball down here in Rebels territory. With it at the point is Johnston. He passed that one off nicely there to Nolan Oakley, who dumped that down to the corner and cross-crease feed, and another opportunity saved there by the Rebels trying to break out of the zone here once again. But 3 men on, and now it's going to be turned over to Rockyview, and that's going to get some stick taps from the benches. More angry stuff going on out there. 2 players having to be separated, and it looks like the Rebels going to be headed to the penalty kill is making his way to the bench is Dean Wojwitka. So this Rebels penalty kill is brought to you by 5-2 Projects, providing construction services tailored to meet the unique needs of each client, committed to delivering top-notch quality and exceptional customer service. 4:02 to go in this third period. 2 minutes of power play time for Rockyview. They're probably going to take this one pretty slow as it looks to be right off the bat. Oakley fed that over to the left. Going to get the return feed at the point now. Oakley finds Johnson along the right. 18 seconds to go on this shot clock. You're about to see movement amp up, I would think, here for Rockyview. Oakley tried to feed that, and a quick shot towards the net by Wallace McRae. That one went just wide, recovered though, and actually going to get the reset here is Rockyview. So 1.5 minutes to go on the power play, and they got 20 seconds on the shot clock here still to go. Johnston up to the point for Oakley. Oakley fed that one over to the left for Bryce Trimmer. Trimmer gets a return feed, lets that shot go there, and that's going to get a reset once again. So it's going to be Rockyview ball. Fresh 30 to go. 1:14 to go now in the Rebels penalty kill. 3:12 to go in the third period. Indeed taking it slow here is Rockyview. Johnston passes that one off. Back up to the point for Oakley. Oakley found Trimmer. Trimmer back to Johnston. Back up to the point for Oakley. Continuing to pass it around here is Rockyview. 8 seconds to go on this shot clock now. That another quick shot there and another big save. This one comes out loose. Rebels trying to recover in a big hit, but the ball ends up on the Rebels goaltender. Comes loose and recovered by Rockyview. Couldn't ask for much of a better late game power play with the lead than the Rockyview Knights are putting on right now. It's a show. 2:43 to go in the third period. 30 seconds to go on the penalty kill for the Rebels. They've spent this entire penalty kill down in their own zone. Up to the point now. Big shot, and that one goes wide, and that's going to cause the over and back call on the Rockyview Knights. So 20 seconds to kill off here for the Rebels. They can do it if they can hold on to it down in the Rockyview zone. Be interesting to see when you see the net pull coming for the Rebels as well. You got to think if they can get the reset following the penalty kill down by 2, you'll see that sooner than later. Behind the net now, the Rebels have it. They're moving up towards the point here. They need some offense, can't just rag it the whole time. Peterson going to feed that one over to the left. Trying to cut towards the center now are the Rebels. Nobody to pass to right now. Trying to find some space here, but it's a 3-on-1 battle here as Rockyview still on the power play, but now back 5-on-5. This ball comes out along the left, fed to the center. Johnston, he has it, brings it across the blue line and back for Rockyview here in the Rebels zone. Johnston just running around with it here as this is pure time killing now for Rockyview with the 2-goal lead. 1:42 to go now in the period. 15 seconds to go on their shot clock. Holding on to it right now is Noah Simonell. Simonell got that pass stripped off him. Rebels looking to head back the other way, and here they come. Josh McCallion. Rebels goaltender starting to hang out towards the top of the crease and going to be turned over quickly, so he's going to have to back up. Rockyview back the other way. 1:21 to go now in the third. 25 seconds to go on their shot clock as they step across half. Fed off now to Noah Simonell. Simonell left that back at the point now for Johnston. James Johnston passes that one off, continuing to move the ball around the Rebels zone here. Time the enemy of the Rebels and the friend of Rockyview right now. Exactly a minute to go in the third. Timeout going to be called by the Rebels, and that's going to allow them to get 6-on-5 here, but going to have to start with the ball back in their own zone. So probably going to see a man placed just below, or above, I should say, the center line, and then going to try to bring it into Rockyview territory as quickly as possible. 15 seconds to go here on this timeout for the Rebels. And indeed, their net is empty. See where they'll make the Rebels start with the ball here in their own zone. I think they're going to pull them all the way back towards their own net, as that's where the ball was when the timeout was called, and that it looks to indeed be the case. So the captain, Greg Barrett, going to start with the ball. And I think you're going to see this move up very quickly here to Ethan Ang, if I was to assume, or we'll see Barrett carry it across. And indeed, looks like Barrett's going to be the man to carry this one across half. So 25 seconds to work with on this shot clock for the Rebels. Barrett, pass that one off, comes out to the left. Big shot there along the short side, goes off the backboards and out of play. And another timeout. This one called by, I think it looked to be Rockyview who called it with 46.9 seconds to go in this third period, still holding a 2-goal lead over the Rebels. 20 seconds to go in this timeout. It will be Rockyview ball when we resume, so if able to get a full 30-second kill on their shot clock, only about 15 seconds game time to work with for the Rebels to try to put 2 away. Big hill to climb here for Fort Saskatchewan, but never say never, and I'm sure the Rebels trying to say never say die. Back in their own zone, Rockyview going to start with it. It looks like Wallace McRae going to be the man who has it. Sorry, my apologies. That's James Johnston who brings it up with some speed along the left side and getting his feet moving. Indeed is Johnson. The net is still empty for the Rebels. 6-on-5 trying to get it into the empty net, and he does. Johnston makes it a 3-goal lead now with his second goal of the contest for the Rockyview Knights. And with 34.4 seconds to go, 12-9 is your score in favor of the Knights. Well, so we'll get set at center here once again. Nolsky going to take this draw against Running Rabbit. Ball comes out to the right, going to get picked up by Rockyview. Trying to make the cut towards the net. Loose ball picked up by them once again. Nolan Oakley still with it here. 23 seconds to go on the shot clock, matching the game clock right now, actually. So all Rockyview has to do is hold it, and I don't think you'll see much pursuit by the Rebels. Peterson just staying back. Holding on to it here, and fist bumps already going out. And that's going to do it for this contest, this Friday evening contest, I should say, from the Moyer Recreation Center. 12-9, the final score in favor of the Rockyview Knights over the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels in this RMLL Senior B action. Again, my name's Aiden Bolsgaard. Eric Krause is on the camera, and his lovely wife, of course, handling your score bug, and is about to send you to commercial. Thank you for listening.